Hello everyone. This is a lecture on Livemint analysis called News in Numbers for the month of January and February 2018. Today is 8th March 2018, that is Thursday, and on 11th March, that is Sunday, in the evening we are going to hold a live session, our first live session that is going to be very basic in nature. The second live session will be held exactly 1 week after 11th March, that is 18th March 2018, and that will be a very important live session. It will be on questions that can be asked in phase 2 pertaining to finance numerical portion as well as economy numerical portion, because economy till now only theoretical questions have been asked, but there are certain small areas which are important and which I feel that they can be asked in the examination this year. Now, we don't have to just do a post-mortem analysis of whatever has been asked in the past. We also have to be ready with what can be asked in the future. And if we make 10 guesses, 10 calculated guesses, even if one of them works, it's going to be for our advantage. Therefore, keeping that in mind, the second live session will be on 18th and it will be on questions which can be asked this year in phase 2 of RBI examination. Let's today talk about Livemint analysis for the month of January to February 2018, which is called as News in Numbers. So let's start with our discussion. The first one that we have is very important. It's pertaining to the ASR report, which has been released in January 2018, and it's very important. I've already discussed ASR report, and the link to it is available right here. You can just have a look at the ASR report also after this lecture. This chart, which was provided in Livemint in January 2018, talks about one fact pertaining to ASR report, that is 25% of 14 to 18-year-olds are unable to read basic text fluently. So almost a quarter of 14 to 18-year-old students in India are unable to read even basic text fluently. This is among the findings of ASR report released yesterday. This year's survey focused on 14 to 18-year-olds only. So this is another fact which can be asked in the examination. And ASR report has collected information from 4 domains: activity, ability, awareness, and aspirations. So another area from where questions can be asked in the examination. I have already discussed this in the ASR report, which has been uploaded on my website as well as on the YouTube channel. You can have a look at that also. That talks about all the important facts for RBI and NABARD examination for this year. So as it says, 25% of the people in the age group of 14 to 18-year-old are unable to read fluently. The second one that we have talks about disinvestment targets of the government. The reports talks about two things. Sorry, the chart talks about two things which can be asked in the examination. Number one, ONGC has acquired or has decided to acquire HPCL, that is Hindustan Petroleum Corporation Limited, by paying out 36,000 crore almost and taking over 51% of the government stake. So this is one fact that can be asked in the examination. 51.1% of government stake in HPCL has been acquired by ONGC, number one, for 36,915 crore. Number two important fact that can be asked in the examination is that what was the disinvestment target of the government in 2017-18, and against that target what has been achieved. Against that target, the government claims that now it has achieved almost 91,000 crore. So the target was only 72,500 crore. The government has acquired or has received 91,000 crore from the disinvestments carried out in the financial year 2017-18. So these two important facts that can be asked in the examination as well. The third one that we have is talks about India's rank in Inclusive Development Index. India has been ranked at a position of 62 out of 74 emerging countries, not developed countries, only emerging countries, and 9th among emerging G20 economies. Now, number one important fact, Inclusive Development Index is released by which organization? World Economic Forum. This has already been discussed in the indices and reports section that I have provided to the enrolled students. So that is number one and an area from where question can be asked. Number two, what is India's latest rank on Inclusive Development Index? 62 out of 72 emerging economies. Third fact, how many countries are total measured or ranked by IDI. This is 103 countries. Third fact. And the fourth fact, and very important fact that has already been discussed by me in the indecision report section for enrolled students, that is how many dimensions of economic progress in addition to GDP are used by IDI. And the interesting part is how many dimensions were used in the year 2017-18. So a total of 10 dimensions were used. One dimension related to labor was not used in this year. So that is very important. You should go through that if you haven't done it already. So this is regarding World Economics Forum's Inclusive Development Index. The next one that we have talks about South Korea and Sweden, which are leading in Bloomberg's Innovation Index. So Bloomberg also comes out with its own innovation index, and according to this, South Korea is at number one when it comes to innovation, followed by Sweden and followed by Singapore. So you have three S's in the first three ranks of Bloomberg's innovation index. All the other facts are not very important. Let's come to the next one. This is very important. This can be asked in phase 1 specifically in RBI or NABARD. Xiaomi has dethroned Samsung to lead in India's smartphone market. So Xiaomi has a major market now, almost 25% of shipment share to India. That is, whatever offshore countries, whatever foreign countries are dealing in providing smartphones to India, what is the shipment share of Xiaomi? That is almost 25%. So it has become a leader in Indian market now overtaking Samsung. The next one that we have talks about an important fact provided by the survey. We'll soon be talking about the survey in detail. Right now, let's just go forward with this fact. According to the economic survey, the latest survey which has been released recently, it warns against climate change impacts on agriculture yields. It says that according to or because of extreme temperature and rainfall events which are induced by climate change, it will have a big impact on agriculture yields. And the numbers are also provided. Number one, the estimated loss in agriculture yields is 2.7% for irrigated crops and 14.7% for kharif unirrigated crops. So these two numbers can be asked in the examination, especially NABARD, and therefore they are very important for us to remember. The next one is new index to track sentiment in micro and small enterprises. So CRISIL and SIDBI, these two organizations have launched a new index, and the purpose of this index is to track sentiment among MSMEs, that is micro and small enterprises. Number one, the scale, that is important, that can be asked in the examination. Scale is from 0 to 200, 0 being extremely negative and 200 being extremely positive. And we'll have two sub indices, one for the survey quarter and in time another for next quarter. Not very important. The next line is important. According to 2013-14 economic census, not the survey, economic census, there were 45 million non-agricultural establishments in India, out of which 94.6% or 42.9 million had 1 to 5 employees. So this is another important fact which is very important, very relevant for our examination. So number one, index launched by CRISIL and SIDBI together have has a scale of 0 to 200. Number two, economic census talking about non-agricultural small establishments in India, that is out of 45, 42.9, almost 43, that is 94.6%, have only 1 to 5 employees. Very important for us to remember. Let's come to the next one. A very small fact that you need to remember, and that can be asked in phase 1 of RBI or NABARD examination. SpaceX has launched world's most powerful operational rocket. So SpaceX has decided to launch world's most powerful operational rocket, which is called as Falcon Heavy rocket. So they have not decided, they have already launched it successfully. So this is the only fact that you need to remember from this particular chart. India's forest and tree cover increases 1% since 2015. Now I have already covered the state of India's forest and tree cover report, which was released recently in Jan 2018 itself. The report is for the year 2017, and this is one of the fact of of that particular report. Now there are certain facts which have been revealed here. Let's talk about those also, and you can refer to the other video which talks about forest and tree cover report. The country's forest and tree cover has increased by 1%, or to be precise 0.94% since 2015 in these 2 years. Number two, a very important fact to understand here, or thing to understand here, almost 500 districts were analyzed in the year 2015, but this year almost 700, not 700, 600 some districts, let's take 600 districts have been analyzed. So because 100 more districts have been analyzed, so forest and tree cover was expected to increase. So this is not a big achievement, because this is just increasing the sample size or increasing the population cover, and therefore increase in forest and tree cover as well. Number two, of the top 5 states where maximum forest cover has increased, 4 are from South India and 1 from the East. All the top 5 states where the forest cover has decreased are from the northeastern region. So this is important. This is from where a question can be asked. As can be seen in the chart, it's also all these 5 northeastern states have experienced a decrease in their forest and tree cover because of development or growth activity increasing in these areas, because of various other reasons as well. Those are not important for our examination point of view. Next one is wireless subscribers have grown 0.4% to 1.16 billion. Now what's important here is not the growth, the actual number is important. Wireless subscribers in India have increased to 1.16 billion. Almost the entire country is captured by wireless subscribers now. So that is important to remember here. Cauvery water dispute has been finally settled. Now what's important here is the numbers related to this settlement, because such questions have been asked in the examination before also, and therefore I expect that a question can be framed from this area as well. 284,000 million cubic feet allotted to Karnataka. On the other hand, 419 404 allotted to Tamil Nadu. So this, as can be taken from the chart also, 404 to Tamil Nadu and 284 to Karnataka. So this is important. These two facts should be remembered from the examination point of view. Next is India is 12th riskiest country to be born among low middle income countries. So when we're talking about riskness of a country, we're talking about newborn deaths. That is, a newborn baby within the age of 0 to 28 days who is liable to die, or who dies within 28 days of the birth. So Pakistan has 45.6 per thousand live birth death rate of newborn deaths. That is also called as neonatal death rate. India has 25. The target for India is 12 by 2025. I have already talked about this particular target in another video very recently. So India's target is 12 for 2020 till 2025. Present level is 25, and it stands at 12th as the 12th riskiest country to be born among low middle income countries. The next one is internet user base to cross 500 million. Now wireless subscribers 1.16 billion. On the other hand, internet 500 million. So that is very important. All these numbers can be asked in the examination. Cabinet approves the setting up of tribunal to settle Mahanadi river dispute. Now Mahanadi originates in Chhattisgarh. That is number one fact that you need to understand or remember. It flows through Odisha. So only these two states, are covered, Chhattisgarh and Orissa. Out of its flow, the drainage region in Chhattisgarh is more at 75,000 square kilometer, and in Odisha it is lesser at 65,000 square kilometer. That is all that you need to remember from this chart. Next is Federer wins Laureus Sportsman for 5th time. So he has recently this year won Laureus World Sports Award for the 5th time, putting him one above sprinter Usain Bolt, who has won it 4 times. His 5th time has come after 10 years from his 4th time. And Serena Williams has won the Sportswoman of the Year award by Laureus. So these two things you need to remember. Average salary hike in India projected at 9.4%. Not a very important chart, but you can just understand and remember this, or just keep it in mind that expected average salary hike in this year is 9.4%. Nothing else is very important from this chart. This is very important. Madhya Pradesh has decided to pass or has passed a bill to hang child rapists, and the reason for that, which can be gathered from the chart, is Madhya Pradesh is the state which has highest number of rape cases in the year 2017, followed by Uttar Pradesh and Maharashtra. And therefore, in order to plug this, Madhya Pradesh has decided to award death sentence or life imprisonment or a minimum of 14 year. Remember, minimum of 14-year rigorous imprisonment for raping girls aged 12 years or less. So this age is also important from our examination point of view. And as I said, Madhya Pradesh has the highest number of rape cases in the country in 2016. So this is all for Livemint news in numbers for the month January to February 2018. We'll soon be talking about and taking more charts and more facts from Livemint analysis for the month of March 2018. Remember to join the live session that is going to be held on 11th March, that is Sunday 2018. It will be held in the evening. The time will be provided to you. Before that, it will most probably be 7 o'clock in the evening. And every week on Sunday, we will hold live sessions. The first live session is going to be a basic live session wherein I'll be answering your questions related to how to prepare and what to do and what not to do for RBI examination. And from the next session itself, we'll be talking about some specific areas of finance, economy, and much more related to RBI and NABARD examination.